Hi everyone, I'm Isha, that's my bro, and these are my old abundant sketchbooks. This is my setup, and these are a few of my left off colors. And today I'm here to give you a complete tour of all my remaining art pieces. And the reason why I'm saying remaining is because a few years ago I had actually thrown away all my art pieces. Now, this file is important to me. Why? Because it actually contains some of my first time arts, like the things that you make for the first time and it motivates you to do it further. For example, the mixed medias or the pencil colors or the charcoals and sketches. Like these few K-pop sketches were my first time me actually sketching a real person. Like this particular sketch was published on my school magazine and it kind of boosted my ego, so I was like, I can make more of these. Now, this sketchbook is, I think, from a year before COVID because I remember I was writing articles after school just so that I could afford myself over markers. And somewhere along the way, I also got myself booster color pencils. And once I had them, I started using both of the mediums together. And you will see a lot of those experiments in this particular sketchbook. And that's because like the paper of this one was really thick, so it did not have chances to bleed out on the next page. Plus COVID was also the year where I actually started drawing anime a lot because like my parents are really strict, or at least they were before, so I wasn't allowed to use internet or watch like TV shows a lot. But during COVID I first started using a phone. The phone actually belonged to my father, and I used to do my online classes in them. And while doing so, I opened my first secret Instagram account. Plus, I also came across Pinterest. And Pinterest is so far the best thing that could have ever happened to me as an artist. Because where else would I get my perfect references? I remember that I used to go over Pinterest like every time of the day, like any small inconvenience, I'm on Pinterest. I like something, I'm on Pinterest. I see something, I am on Pinterest. This was also the time where I started showing my artworks to my Discord friends, and they would also sometimes request me to draw something for them, and I would, and it would make me really happy. But what went wrong with this entire process was that when I do something and I did not like it or it was not up to the mark in my head, I was quick to cancel it out. Like, I was like, this doesn't look really good. Let's not continue this. Instead of sitting with it and improving it, I started canceling out the drawing completely. Which is why you will see there's a bunch of artworks in this entire video which is not actually completed, because at some point I went like, this is not up to the mark, this is not it, like I can do better, like I can do so much more better, so why is it not better? The thing with being an overachiever in a certain field always makes you halt at this point where you are like, why am I not good at this instantly like I used to be? And I was too young to understand because I lived on praises. Like for me, my field was art, right? So if I drew something and people around me praised me for that, I used to be happy. So when I drew something and it did not look good, or I felt like this is not going to look good, I would cancel it out. I would not even show it. And this was the time where I stood at a bridge where at one end was my interest of anime and manga and actually wanting to draw a manga, or like game scenes and like working on a game development, like the art in the game. That was on one side of the bridge, and on the other side of the bridge were my praises. Like, why am I not getting praised for this? Why am I not getting praised for that? Even this Nishinoya painting, This was the first time I used a soft pastel, and midway I gave up because someone I knew told me the dots on the sky, they are not looking nice. I was readily letting people's judgment over my things ruin my love for art. And it was very much successful because I remember the year after COVID, somewhere around June or July, I completely stopped doing art. Like, completely. I did not write, I did not draw, I did not sketch, I did not even listen to music. Like, it was a complete creative block for me. And then I went to college and I started disappointing myself even further. But the good thing that happened in college was that even though I was disappointing myself, I was actually also making the effort to learn from my mistakes. And finally, towards the second year of college, I started drawing again. Like, obviously, not as much as I could before, and my skills also went down. But little by little, I was practicing at home, and I usually started keeping it to myself and not show it to others because I knew I had to practice a lot. But then again, college really doesn't let you breathe a lot. So art kind of became my escape from the work of my college, and I did not want my art to be remembered as my escape rather than the peace of mind. And just like that, uh, I gave up on art once again. And gradually, all my dreams and the growing responsibilities started colliding with each other, and my brain and my mind was in a complete chaos. In college, I was in a complete survival mode, and I could not afford art at that time. Like, in to me, it seemed like art was too expensive for me to do when I was in a constant surviving mode. And it did not just end with college. Like, I thought that once after college gets over, I'll get back to it and maybe, possibly make a storyline manga because I had a bunch of stories I wanted to portray. But as soon as college ended, I had to get several internships. Plus, I got myself a stupid ass job which ruined an entire year and it gave me nothing other than trauma. So I left my job in 2025 and I asked permission from my parents that if I can sit back home for a year focusing on my art and developing few other skills which I wanted to, and thankfully they did agree to it. So yeah, I am going to restart art again, and here was a complete tour of my old sketchbooks. Now I know there's a bunch of pages empty, there's a bunch of pages unexplained, there's a bunch of incomplete pages. So I think I'm going to start off by completing all the things that I had left behind. And for that, see you next time.